This side of the street may seem calm, but just an hour ago, a shooting took place right across the street. But now if you like what someone tweets, you'll click a heart instead of a star. These marks on the ground tell rescuers that the car went up the embankment from Towers Road and straight into the house, where luckily no one was sleeping. But now the city has banned texting for all ages to keep eyes on the road and hands on the wheel. For many, performing on a Broadway stage is a wish that may never be fulfilled. But for 25 lucky St. Louis students, they're getting the chance before they even graduate high school. School is about to start here in St. Charles, and filling your kids' lunchboxes with the right foods can keep them not only healthy, but alert. Fire broke out in this house late last night, but it was the strong winds that kept firefighters battling the flames until the early morning. Zainalov tells me his deportation has not deterred him from using Twitter. He also explained that if the Turkish government did decide to lift his ban, he does not plan to return to the country. The swastika is one of the key events that led to the controversy at the University of Missouri-Columbia. On Tuesday, students from the neighboring school, Stevens College, stepped on Mizzou's campus to join the movement.
This is not about you go here, you go there. No, because y'all fight.
It was an emotional moment for students.
The courage to do so. When it comes to issues like this, it's unity.
That was Brianna Martin, a Mizzou student advocate who has spent 4 nights in Tent City. She's thankful for how far the movement has come. Students of the Columbia Stevens College came to set aside their rivalry and show their support of the protesters.
When it comes to issues like this, we need to be together.
And they did just that, with 2 rivalry schools embracing in a group hug. Feelings of togetherness aside, concerned student 1950 member Maxwell Little says more needs to be done, and he wants people to know it's about more than just race.
Any individual who considers themselves a human has something to do with it, and it needs to play their part.
Little says the resignation of UM System President Tim Wolf was not enough. The group has a list of demands that have not been met.
I would say concerned student 1950 did not get what they wanted.
What they want most is shared governance.
Students at the table with decision makers voicing their opinion on who should be our next president, who should be our board of curators.
The protests may have ended, but the movement lives on via social media. Using the hashtag Black on Twitter, students are sharing their experiences with race on college campuses.
It is not fair.
Some of those concerns voiced as raw emotion and anger. The Normandy Schools Collaborative hearing was open to the public and gave parents an opportunity to voice their concerns to the district.
Normandy is done.
President of the Board of Education for the City of St. Louis told parents to take action.
File a lawsuit for an injunction to stop DESE from either shutting down their school district, merging their school district, or either creating a whole new school district.
Normandy intern superintendent Dr. Charles Pearson said parents should be more concerned with helping the students pass the Missouri State Assessment.
This is the litmus test. This is it. You do well on this, people say you are performing school. You do poorly on this, people say you are failing school.
Paul Davis attended the hearing hoping for new information about the funding for the transfer program, which directly affects his family. Davis's son was in the Normandy transfer program before the program was pulled last July, causing the Davis family to search for housing in St. Charles in order to ensure his enrollment in the Francis House School District.
I couldn't let him come back to Normandy, and I used our family savings. I mean, I was working hard to try to make extra money to afford this apartment in St. Charles County.
Now that a court ruling has reinstated the transfer program, Davis will do whatever it takes to keep his son at Francis Howell North.
I couldn't be more happier with my son. He's a great kid.
Coming up on LUTV News, thieves take some unusual items from a nearby Lowe's. Find out what they stole. Plus, the media is buzzing about a video posted online of a South Carolina deputy after a harsh school arrest. And we'll update you on the recent attacks in Paris. Those stories plus sports, weather, and more ahead on LUTV News. Welcome to this edition of LUTV News. I'm Caitlin Baker. French officials say they are looking for a man who is directly involved in the Paris attacks. Salah Abdeslam is wanted for involvement with the terrorist attacks that killed 129 people and injured 352. Salah's brother Mohammed spoke to French TV station BFM on Tuesday and urged his brother to turn himself in. He also stated that his brother prayed and attended a mosque occasionally, but showed no signs of being a radical. Governor Jay Nixon made a statement on Monday saying screening refugees is the federal government's job. This statement comes after 27 states have opposed letting these refugees in. Nixon didn't mention whether he would block Syrian refugees from settling in Missouri, but he did say the safety of Missourians is his highest priority. Take a look at this. It's video of a South Carolina police officer slamming a female student to the ground and tossing her across the classroom. The officer is Ben Fields, a Spring Valley High School resource officer who was fired for his actions. In a press conference on Wednesday, Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott said footage of Fields throwing the girl not only violated police regulations, but also made him want to vomit. A protester who started a fire at a Quick Trip in Berkeley has pleaded guilty. 19-year-old Joshua Williams of North St. Louis County pleaded guilty to arson, burglary, and stealing on Monday in a St. Louis County Circuit Court. Police say that Williams started the fire in Berkeley during protest following the death of 18-year-old Antonio Martin. Martin died December 23rd after a Berkeley police officer shot him. Sentencing for Williams is scheduled for December 10th. Straight ahead on LUTV News, a new outpatient center is on its way. Developers have already broken ground and they are ready to start the project. Hear what the new facility has to offer after the break.